An 80-year-old woman drank a mysterious potion in hopes of becoming beautiful again. To her surprise, just 2.5 seconds later, her dry, wrinkled hands turned smooth and firm, her chest quickly swelled back to its youthful fullness, and even her hips became plump and rounded again. Staring at her reflection, now looking like her 18-year-old self, the old lady couldn't wait to show her husband. But to her dismay, he had long since lost interest in her. Seeing his cold reaction, the woman suddenly lost control and began lashing out at him in anger. Enraged, the man gave her a violent shove, sending her tumbling down the stairs. When he came to his senses, it was too late. His wife lay motionless at the bottom, no longer breathing. Just as he was about to call the police, the supposedly dead wife suddenly stood up again. She wanted to tell him she was fine, but she didn't realize that her head had twisted completely backward. The sight nearly scared the man to death. He begged her to spare him. Only then did the woman notice something was wrong. Seeing her twisted reflection in the mirror, she quickly grabbed her head and snapped it back into place. Her husband broke out in a cold sweat and fled while she was fixing her makeup. But as he reached the bottom of the stairs, he ran into his wife's best friend and their secret affair. Panicking, the man barely managed to talk the friend into leaving, not realizing that his wife had seen everything. Furious, she pulled out a shotgun and blasted at her friend, sending her flying 100 meters away. But the friend wasn't dead. With a gaping hole in her body, she stood back up alive. The horrifying sight nearly made both husband and wife wet themselves. As the friend slowly approached, the wife, named Dalmay, suddenly noticed that the woman had the same mark on her shoulder as she did. She realized the friend had also drunk the immortality potion. With her fear gone, Dalmay grabbed a shovel and attacked. But since both were immortal, neither could kill the other. Finally, the friend proposed a truce. She would take the smaller role if Dalmay took the larger. They both needed periodic body repairs, which only an embalmer named Chiang could perform. Chong reluctantly agreed to help out of old friendship, but after the two women finished their repairs and admired themselves in the mirror, they discovered a patch of skin falling off their shoulders. Realizing they were dependent on Chong, Dalmay secretly spiked his drink, planning to knock him out and make him drink the immortality potion too. However, Chong, anxious to leave, accidentally poured the drink into a flower pot. In a panic, Dalmay smashed the pot over his head, knocking him unconscious. When he woke up, he found a mysterious witch standing before him. She solemnly opened an ornate iron box, revealing a bottle of glowing pink potion. Before Chong could understand what was happening, the witch pricked her finger, dipped a dagger into a drop of the potion, and drew it across his hand. Instantly, the wound healed itself, and his dry, aging skin became young and full of life. Realizing that the potion could grant eternal life, Chong was tempted to drink it, but he suddenly remembered the cursed fates of his wife and her friend. He stopped himself, thinking that such immortality was worse than death. The witch, enraged by his refusal, ordered her servants to capture him, but Chong fought back, cut the power, and escaped at lightning speed. As soon as he got outside, 2 ferocious dogs blocked his path. With nowhere to run, he fled up to the rooftop. While he was climbing along the roof, his wife and her friend suddenly appeared, startling him so badly that he slipped and fell. Luckily, his suspenders caught him mid-fall, saving his life. Dalmay threw out a ribbon to pull him up, but a gust of demonic wind swept her away. Seeing her husband about to fall, she begged him to drink the potion, but Chong refused to become an undead monster. He threw the bottle away, and at that moment, his suspenders snapped. He plummeted at supersonic speed, but by chance landed in the witch's swimming pool below, surviving yet again. Without hesitation, Chong fled in his car and disappeared. Decades passed. Dalmay came to attend Chong's funeral. Though he had lived only to age 90, he had children and grandchildren and a life full of love and meaning. Meanwhile, Dalmay and her friend, the so-called immortals, had long been forgotten by the world. Their bodies, unrepaired, had become hideous, and they no longer dared to show their true faces. By then, they hated each other deeply. When Dalmay accidentally stepped on a bottle and lost her balance, the friend refused to save her. Instead, she even tried to push her down. The friend grabbed her in retaliation, and the two fell together, shattering into pieces. And so ended their tragic and cursed lives.
两人就这样摔成了英雄碎片，结束了充满悲剧的一生。